Hey, what's up? Name's Russell. So, doing a quick update on my cars. So I sold the SUV yesterday, so able to do some things finally. About to flush all the coolant in the diesel. It's about 27 quarts, and when I bought it, it was low by about a gallon. I just threw some water in it to get it going, but I'm gonna need to empty that. So, because I have no service records, the dude that sold it to me didn't seem to know much about its history. Plus, it's better just not to trust that anyway, and just do your due diligence. So I'm about to empty that, flush it with some Clorox to clean it out. After the Clorox run, empty it again, and do a couple freshwater runs, and then empty it for one last time, and then fill it with the actual antifreeze. I bought 4 gallons of antifreeze and 4 gallons of distilled water, and that's what will be going in after that. So I might be able to get some good images of this, but yeah, I want to make sure that the truck is ready to go for towing and just driving in general. I still have to figure out the overdrive issue, but I do have a throttle position sensor to put in as my next step, because that can sometimes affect it. And also, I noticed that when starting it, sometimes I have to tap the throttle for it to actually turn on. It'll turn on, but it won't crank. You know what I mean? But so without further ado, we'll go start taking a look at the coolant flush, and that'll be cool. I might be towing tomorrow, so I want to make sure that this is good. All right, so sun has gone down enough. It's about 7:30 p.m. It's actually cool enough to be out here, which is nice. This is my roommate's car. It's in need of some help. Actually, it's totaled. This entire side is messed up. The whole front end is shifted over to the side. Got a cherry picker, Honda engine, tons and tons of vegetable oil, which I'm going to use for fuel in the diesel. But that's how it goes. Never-ending projects, because us car people are kind of crazy like that. I sell one car and I need to buy another. It's just kind of how it is. What was I coming in here for? Oh, rag. A rag. Let's get a fresh one. Now, please excuse the mess. It is horrible in here. We did completely empty this out, though. We spent a whole day clearing out the tweaker shit, and just kind of threw everything we had in there. And we're going to organize it this weekend, or some sort of weekend. So I actually might be out of town this weekend. But I know it's not pot, it's just a really fast growing tree. It's basically a weed. So this is the truck in question, and my daily. All the supplies. Picked up a sweet giant oil pan for like $12, and that was cool. Yeah, we're just drinking water here, kids. Stay hydrated, especially in California. So, it's been off for a while, probably about a half hour, but never can be too careful with that. Always a good idea to have a rag on there, just in case. It can surprise you. I have this here because they're everywhere here, and I just brought it with me in case I see any that I want to take care of, because I plan on mowing and doing that shit later too. We are infested with them. So this is the heart of the machine. Valve covers over here having some leakage, but I mean it's not really that big of a deal. So my first step, after getting it's still actually pretty hot. Like, damn, that is warm. And I was like a waiter, so I'm used to hot temperatures and been working on cars my whole life. But you know, that is really, really warm. So this is like a little bleeder on the thermostat. I'll be using that when I'm doing my flushes. On the 5.7s, I know there's a, let's see if I can get the camera to focus. There is some sort of bleeder valve over here, but I'm not sure if it's on the 6.5. It is a little different. The whole shroud here is different. The 5.7 has a cap here. Seems like this is a pressurized system. I'm new to the 6.5, to be honest. I'm more familiar with Cummins and Power Stroke. Especially 6-liter Power Stroke. What the fuck? Let's just check it out in here. I don't know. I don't think there is. I'll check the other side, but I may just have to pull a hose and watch it spill. Alright. We're having a little intermission, so I can take care of this mowing that needs to be done. All this star thistle around the property is a bit much. And it attracts the wasps and stuff too anyway, so and it's annoying to drive the cars over and walk through all that. Hi, what's up? Please excuse my out of breathness. I literally just finished mowing with that thing 2 seconds ago. Okay, maybe longer than that. Probably like 10 by the time I started saying things. Alright, I'm gonna go with this steel. 3/8. Sweet. Alright, let's check this out. Look, so much better. Don't have to worry about walking around this landmine. All cleaned up. Alright, now I can work on this. Excuse me, I'm gonna need me a glass of water. So, to recap, we're removing a couple bolts on the bottom of the car. Yes, I just called my truck a car. I don't really give a fuck. I'm not so pedantic anymore. Alright. See what we got, This might be a 15. 14, let's try it. Yep, it's 15. Cool. So, skid plate is 15 mil. Kind of wish I could put this in a place you can see it, but I might have luck against the tire. Oh, sorry about my hand. Let's try it. Yeah, never mind. I'll just show you after it's done. Alright, so an update on this plate. I don't think it's OEM. This hole, or this screw, is all cross-threaded. It's just spinning in its place. So I'd need to force it out. And then over here, like, just trying to thread this into the frame, and if you pull it out and look at the frame, it looks like it's just some haphazard thing going on. So I don't know that it's OEM, or if it is, it's been horribly cross-threaded in all places. So what I'm doing now is just holding this front part of it up. Yeah, even if I do a left turn to seat it, it's still just stupid. So this plate is just gonna hang up here while I check out underneath the car. Sorry, I don't have very good lighting at all. So that's what I'm gonna go get. Alright, so please excuse my ignorance of GM vehicles. I'm pretty new to them. More of a Ford guy, really. Not that I think they're better or anything, it's just what I've experienced. So, yeah, the coolant drain is way down on the bottom quarter of the radiator. You can't see it right now, it's covered by a bunch of hoses, but trust me, it's down in there. I couldn't find it at first because it was different style than what I watched on the 5.7 video. Oh, you might be able to see it. Right at the end of where the plastic part of the radiator is, there's a little white tab. Anyway, before I get to that, this, I have no idea what this is. It's probably cruise control or something. But this is unplugged. It might be AC related, but the AC had worked in the past. Then you have this end of it, also unplugged. Then this hose coiling all around and just being stuffed down here and ending right here. So I have no idea what the hell's going on, what the last owner was doing. Not that I care that much, but it would be interesting to see if sorting out these just kind of maintenance things, setting things right, would fix the overdrive. Because I know on these, a lot of systems are interdependent. Also, there's things like this electrical plug that needs a zip tie to stay in. Also, look at that, just kind of a unplugged wire coming out of the dash. That's cool. Just, you know, scraping on this metal fender liner. You know, that's a great way to to cause what possibly could be the grounding issue I'm experiencing. But I need to figure out what the hell this is even going to, what it was for. Yeah, there's absolute chaos in here. Let's see. Well, I guess it's not absolute chaos, but it's all workable. And then I found another line that was going nowhere. I can't remember where it is at this point, but it was coming up across the frame here and then pointing out past the wheel well. I also found another random thing in here. Where is it? I don't know, it doesn't matter. It was like some piece of metal, like a hanger. It was kind of jammed in between the fender liner and this, but also I found out that this has a blockator. That's what this is. Because I found this bundled up, found this bundled up set of wires, and they happen to be a blockator. It is unplugged, or the cap is off of it, but there is an AC plug over here. So that's cool. I can use this in cold weather. I like that. But let's get to the coolant draining. Got my massive 26 quart pan, and we'll get that going, and I'll return on the video. Alright, so we are draining. All that shit's coming right out. It's a mess, but coolant is always a mess. I'm not even gonna try and fix that. Got it the best I could. Oh, here's that little bracket that I found randomly in the engine bay. Could be for the truck, might not be. Don't know, don't care. So what I'm going to do next is undo this so I can run the Clorox through it without any thermostat inside. Oh, well, that's awkward. Look at this. It's probably a bung for something. Maybe this? The fuck is this? Vacuum? Huh. I think that is vacuum. It's just chilling here. What the fuck? Oh, I see what happened. This kind of looped around here. Where does it come from? It has to be attach here. Damn. So this looks like it used to sit up here, and maybe they replaced it with a too short of a hose. It might fit over it. Should. But perhaps they weren't doing that just in case it was melting on it. I have no idea what it's arranged from the factory. Oh, I want to fix that now. God damn it. I keep just discovering little things on this truck where I'm like, ooh, that would be easy to fix, and I should. But I'm also well aware that the thing is working, and it's driving, and it's not really hurting anyone. But all this sort of shit, I really want to fix, because that's just how I am. But in the meantime, let's figure out what size I need for the thermostat housing. Also, for any significant others of any gearheads, this is precisely why things take so long. Because sometimes shit is fucked, and you just keep finding more shit that's fucked, and it just a cycle of shit getting fucked. Oh, I probably shouldn't cuss. Whatever, I don't care. This is going on Steam it anyway. And I will censor it for YouTube. Because that's how they are. Now I need to find a deep socket because of that post. Or just a wrench. Doesn't matter. I like deep sockets because they're fancy. But, you know, it's not necessary. Oh, by the way, I haven't switched back to face cam because... mostly because I'm wearing a headlamp and it's just going to blind and I don't want to deal with turning shit on and off all the time. So, guess you gotta deal with it. Ah, yes. Oh, god damn it. Let's just drop that shit. I was admiring how shiny and awesome they were. And, I guess they wanted to match the rest of my tools. But yeah, it's alright if it's not a perfect drain. Mostly because this shit is pretty bad. I'm really glad I'm doing this. Look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna clean the fuck out of this. Super glad I'm doing this. I had a feeling. My intuition told me do this today. And glad I'm doing so. We're gonna clear out all that grime and shit. I guess I can film this a bit. Why not? It's just the awkward upside down shit that I don't really film because rolling around in gravel and asphalt and various weeds from the ground, stickers and shit. Oh, did I not do that? Oh, it's fine. Plus, I also prefer to hold the end of the wrench, the other end of the wrench with my other hand to keep it more stable and to ensure the longevity of a bolt or a nut. But that is just kind of my attention to detail shit. So filming is a bit of a doozy. It'd be nice to have something like that works kind of like a GoPro test rig. Or maybe I'll just be a weirdo and wear a helmet while I work on stuff and have a GoPro attached to that. I don't know. Whatever, I ain't worried about it. Just clean this shit up, get that thermostat out so I can completely clean up this cooling system all through the engine's channels, all through the tubes, hoses, I don't care what you call it. You might be from a different country and translate it differently. I don't know. So we still got a gasket, it looks like. It might last. It should be fine as long as I don't mess with it. But look at all this shit in here. That is bad. Ah, man. Alright. It's probably from mixing shit so much. But hey, at least this came out nice and easy. It's not like replacing one on some vehicles. I'll set that there. And, man, I almost want to make a cardboard gasket, but I guess I'll just leave this one on because it's not really leaking. It will probably leak, though, now that I've done this. So, I might end up getting a new thermostat anyway because they're cheap and they come with gaskets. So, again, this is all just preventive maintenance. Alright, so I found this wrench in the truck now. It was under where the battery tray is. It's a Craftsman 8mm. Excuse me. That's how I burp, I guess. But hey, I just keep finding shit in this truck. That's fine. So far, I've found this 1-incher, this 8mm, and that random bracket. Smells like dishes. Yeah. Alright, let's cap it up. Or sorry, let's add some water. Yeah, I know I'm not being environmentally responsible right now. I've got a hose just running. But hey, it's what I got. I ain't fancy enough to have one of those guns. No, actually, I'll be getting one of those soon. It's been on my mind. This hose sucks too. It's like all falling apart. Turbine. Yes. Alright, let's start it up. Nothing gonna fall off? Yeah, it's fine. Do I have keys? I don't know. Do I? I don't. I'll go grab the keys and be right back. Alright. Got my keys. We're ready to rock. Now, you'll be able to see if this excellent vehicle will start without me touching the pedals. Like I said, I think it's TPS, but it could be something else. I don't know. And just out of courtesy to the car, I like to wait for the glow plugs to go out. Hey! Starts like no thing. So this is the interior. Probably looks cleaner on camera, but it does need some work. This seat is jacked. It's completely done. This doesn't move at all. Just kind of sits sideways. It's all broken. Also, discovered this the other day. Oh yeah! We got wire and twine. Like twine for hay, automotive wiring, holding the front of this seat down. Isn't that awesome? Anyway, so at the moment, it's not too excited. We're just kind of making sure. So I kind of blanked on recording the rest of my coolant flush the other night, so recording this now so you can get some sort of closure on that. I got kind of drunk and distracted, so I just kept on trucking, and now I realize that I never showed you the final result. So I did get coolant in, did a few flushes, used the detergent, everything's good except for the drain plug on the bottom of the radiator here. It's still leaking after I closed it up. It's just a slow drip. So I got to figure out how to fix that. I don't want to over tighten it because it's a plastic drain plug. So if anybody out there knows anything about GMT 400s and can help me fix that, that'd be awesome. I was thinking of putting an O-ring on it and tightening it in. I do need to get a new O-ring pick because mine have been lost and destroyed over the years and I just haven't gotten a new one. So I'll probably pick up one of those this week and then try and put a tight one on, because I did put a looser O-ring on by hand and it didn't work. So again, I just don't want to over tighten it, because I've tightened it to the point where it was at before I started all this and it wasn't leaking at all down there. But as you can see right here, still got a puddle, a couple drips every once in a while, and I might end up losing all these fluids I bought, which cost me about $70, which kind of sucks, but whatever, that's life. I will probably follow up with an update video after I figure that out and top it off. But regardless, it ran great. It kept cool when I drove it for about 5 hours on Wednesday, and it was hauling the 350Z here. So that, it worked great, but I do have to figure out that leak. Hey, my name's Russell. Thanks for checking out this video. For more automotive content, click subscribe. Otherwise, see you around the net.